Hello everyone. Before I get into the actual review of The Secret Garden by Frances Hodgson Burnett, I wanted to share some very exciting news. As of today, March 11th, 2013, I have been accepted into the college of my choice. I know you're probably a little confused by that because I'm 21, but I never really knew what I wanted to study. And August of last year, I realized what I wanted to do, and I decided that I would look to applying around this point in time to go in the fall, and I got accepted. I'm so excited, and I just wanted to share it with you guys and share the joy and the love. And if you guys would like to maybe see some videos where it deals more with like how I applied and the different things I had to go through in order to apply as a mature student status, because I haven't attended college or university after the age of 19, then feel free to ask, and I would love to do those videos and share that information with you guys. Anyway though, you are here to see my book review over The Secret Garden by Frances Hodgson Burnett. And I didn't even realize, but I'm in purple. The book is purple, or is that lavender? I don't know. The Secret Garden is a classic that I think most young girls read around 11 or 12. I read it around that age, and I really did not like it. And I'm so happy that I read it again because I loved it. The Secret Garden follows a young girl named Mary, and Mary is a very unlovable child, and it has some things to do with how she was raised. Because of a tragedy where she is left an orphan, she has to go and live with her uncle Archibald Craven in his huge house called Misselthwaite Manor in England, because Mary was raised in India. While she's there, she ends up learning the joy of being a child, and she learns that there are many things that grow and bloom, such as friendships and gardens and people. And because of that, she really learns to enjoy life and to embrace it to the fullest extent. Now, this is going to be completely spoiler-free because I feel like what I have to talk about for this review isn't really going to spoil things. This story has so many classic characters that are so well known, and they are so well loved and memorable. And those characters include Mary and Colin, Dickon, Mrs. Sowerby, Martha, Archibald Craven, Mrs. Medlock, and even Ben Weatherstaff. Each of these characters are so important to this story, and they help push it further it to its actual resolution, and I just really enjoy it. I think one of the characters that I thoroughly enjoyed reading about, because she's not as involved with any of the movie adaptations, is Mrs. Sowerby, and she plays a very big part, even though she's in a very small portion of this book, in Mary's relationship and Colin's relationship with Archibald Craven. Now, in this story, it's not only about friendship of these three kids, but it's also about love. These kids need to learn to love again because they've been so shut off of that part of their being, that part of their feelings, that it's really amazing to watch this story bloom. At the start of it, it feels like you're reading something that's just black and white, because that's really what the story is. And as the characters grow and mature and develop, you just see color coming into this story. It doesn't even have to do with the garden coming into bloom. It really has to do with the fact that these characters are blooming as well. They are turning into these beautiful children who smile and laugh and cry and love. And it's beautiful. It's a story that tells you that it doesn't matter what age you are. You need friendship. You need love. You need life. You need to learn to live. If you just billow in your sorrows all the time, you're not going to see color. It is going to be dark. It's going to be gray. And I think as a child, I couldn't wrap my head around that. And I think if you've experienced death, or you've experienced something in your life with regards to someone you love, or just with someone that you knew, this is going to be a lot more impactful in your life as a reader than, say, someone who maybe doesn't remember someone dying or hasn't lost someone that they love. I love the fact that the author uses a lot of language that is very well described, but also really indicates how the story blooms. We're not just watching a garden grow and bloom and color. We're actually watching life come back into these children as well as the garden. We're watching them further into the age that they are and not act like adults or someone who's dying. And I really enjoyed that. This story has a lot of memorable people in it because I think when you look at these characters, you are going to find tidbits of yourself. They aren't just a very undeveloped character. They're very well rounded and you feel like they're real. And I think it's very interesting the fact that Frances Hodgson Burnett really got such an amazing story that is so emotional and so touching and heartwarming that you just want to read on. You want to see what happens. I love the fact that there are mysteries in this story that you want to unravel, and the author slowly unravels them for you like a present, such as the garden that's been locked up for over 10 years. And even the mystery of crying. Are you hearing crying in the hallway, or is it maybe just the wind on the moor? We also get to see how beautiful childness is. Being a child, learning to play again, learning to have fun, learning to look at beauty differently than if you were an adult. And I feel like this story was definitely one that helped me just to reconnect with being a child and made me look at things differently. I think after you finish this, go to a window and look outside or look up into the sky and just remember what you've read in this story, because there are so many things that as you get older, you just take for granted and you don't really look at anymore. You just kind of say, oh yeah, it's there. I'll look at it another time. And with this story, it tells you, don't put it off. Go and look at it. Go and look at the flower a little closer. Go and let the breeze go through your hair. Look up to the sky and try to grab a cloud again. And I just really loved that about it. This ending is one that I think is heartwarming and it's touching, and it leaves hope for what is going to happen in the future. If you guys haven't read this story yet, I highly recommend picking it up and reading it. And if you have, then I hope that you guys had a really enjoyable experience. And if you didn't like it the first time you read it, maybe pick it up again and see if, now that you're older, you look at it a little differently. I'll see you guys in my next video. Until then, go and pick up a random book and read. Bye guys.